Thank you everybody for coming and for joining us and celebrating Jesse's fantastic bar mitzvah. Jesse, you were great today. Come on up. We are so proud of you today. Not only did you look and you sound great, but you were totally ready for this day. And your chanting was beautiful. Your speech was wonderful. So many people came up to me and said, so how hard did you help Jesse in writing his speech? And the reality is, I can't write like that. So Jesse did that all himself. So that was fantastic. And Jesse he really prepared. He had numerous meetings with the rabbi. They talked about his interests. They talked about his goals. They talked a lot about Torah, obviously. And on more than one occasion, the rabbi would ask Jesse, so tell me what you think was meant when in this line in the Torah. And these were really deep, provocative questions. And I would sit there and I'd say to myself, I don't even have an answer. And Leslie didn't have an answer. Jesse would pipe in with these incredible responses, very philosophical, and he would come up with a great response. And I can't tell you, also more than one occasion, Leslie would look behind me. She'd look like this. She'd say, those are my genes talking. Actually, I had to reboot, but I didn't win too many of those. But one time, we were sitting in the rabbi's office, and the rabbi wanted to hear him chant, because he hadn't heard any of his preparation for what he was going to be singing the Torah. So he said, okay, Jesse, sing. So Jesse started singing, and he was singing maybe for 10 or 15 seconds, and the rabbi stopped him. He said, stop. He says, Jesse, you can really sing. He says, you got this like bluesy thing going on. You know, it's like really soulful singing. And so as soon as that happened, I leaned back and I said to Leslie, those are my genes. Well, one thing about Jesse and his singing, I don't know if you know this or not. I don't know if you know this or not, but Jesse is really a closet opera singer. Or, I shouldn't say closet opera singer. He's really a bathroom opera singer. If you come to our house anytime, he's in that bathroom showering, whatever he's doing, you will hear him wailing songs like in his operatic voice. He knows no Italian whatsoever, mind you, but he's wailing out anything he can in opera. And you can hear from one end of the house to the other. But he has some other musical quality that he shares with his grandmother, Barbara, in that if you're sitting there having a conversation, I might be talking to you, and Jesse might be sitting over there, and the next thing you know, he's singing what it was that I just said. So he'll go like this, he's singing what I just said, and he just starts wailing the song. And he, like his grandmother, has no idea that he's even doing it. But it's a great trait to have, and I hope you develop that one further. So, what makes Jesse, though, so unique is that he truly does march to his own drum. Last week I was at shul, and the rabbi was talking about Abraham, and he was talking about the qualities that Abraham has in being a leader, and why Abraham was such a leader. And the rabbi said it wasn't really like he had throngs of people initially following him. He wasn't super wealthy. He was a good speaker, but he wasn't that great. What made him so unique was the fact that Abraham was a unique thinker. He had his own ideas, he had his own visions that nobody else had at that time. He was totally out of the box thinking, but the ideas made sense. And Jesse, I think you share a lot of those types of leadership qualities, which is fantastic, because you definitely think in your own way. And if you think about just even some of his things he likes to do, his hobbies, he loves music, loves music. Does he listen to the pop music today? He knows what it is, but that's not his gig. He listens to 60s and 70s rock, 40s. Yeah. He listens to folk. He listens to bluegrass, and of course, he listens to jazz, as we all know, mainstream jazz. And Jesse is really kind of an old soul. You know, the people that he listens to Frank Sinatra. Okay, he listens to Queen, he listens to Crosby, Stills, Nash. He even listens, his favorite is John Coltrane. So that's what he likes to listen to. And you probably got the idea by looking around and hearing today. Jesse's an amazing saxophone player. He loves his saxophone, he's been playing for years. But now he's playing the banjo. Okay, he's picked up a banjo. He plays the harmonica. And what musician would be complete without an Australian Aborigines didgeridoo? So that's Jesse. Even his sports are a little bit different. He's done baseball, he's done football, he's tried all those. No real interest. He likes swimming, he likes mountain biking, he likes, he's started to do competitive sailing down Miami, and he loves it. What Jesse doesn't like, what he really doesn't like, he doesn't like homework. Can you imagine that? Jesse does not like homework. Although, mind you, he really doesn't do much of it. But he still figures out how to get A's and B's in his tests. So it's an amazing thing how he does this. So we really think, though, Jesse, he's mastered this thing called bus study. You know, he can study for all his tests, do all his homework in the course of the 10-minute bus ride to school. That's bus study. That's what he does. But in most of his tests, or fortunately for him, they're all multiple choice, A, B, C, D. So Jesse is really totally clairvoyant. He could pick the letter A, B, C, D on any test, doesn't even have to know what the subject matter is, and he gets an A. It's the most amazing thing. Ask Jesse what his least favorite thing to do is. What is it, Jesse? Gardening. Gardening, of course, gardening. But that's not really true either. Because if you ask Jesse, if one of you were to ask Jesse to come to his house, come to your house and do some gardening, you do gardening for a few hours, you pay him, he'd be the happiest guy on the earth. It's the free gardening that has totally turned him off. So today, Jesse, today you are bar mitzvah. Today you are a man. Monday, you return to the 8th grade. And although today is all about you and all of your wonderful accomplishments that make us so proud, we both know that your mother has really put it all together and has made today so special for you and all the things you do. And Leslie, you are so beautiful to get it all happening, and you make us all proud. So I speak on behalf of Leslie when I say that we can't imagine any parent being as proud of their son as we are today, and we look forward to all the wonderful things that are to come for you, my friend. Please enjoy. We got more food. We're eating.